Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Allen. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Allen. He'll check this down to Hines.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Here's Hines. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Nyheim Hines, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills are on the board 1st here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
The Steelers and Bills, they played in the season opener last year, if you recall, and it was the Steelers who pulled off a bit of a stunner. They rallied late, beat the Bills in Buffalo 23-16. Buffalo a little bit of a rocky start to the season, but they would quickly right the ship.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Hines now on the return.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But certainly setting himself up for a big game here. And I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7, forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So after the INT, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Allen to throw it. And Diggs has it. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Pick it now on first down. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle, it's Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
Looking for Austin, intercepted.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout this rookie season, and his problem turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this 1st half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd and 10, Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The end result, 21 yards.
In what many term as a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They consider him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Pickett.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Boswell's kick is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard. Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Again, it's Cook, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
He'll let it fly for Austin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Pickett back to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Play action. Now it's Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Allen.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yard.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Bills have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And this returnable for Hines.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Left side, Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Allen off the play fake. Uncorks one for Davis. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first.
On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Gregory Rousseau
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.